Welcome to Veterinary Insights, where we explore critical topics in animal health. I'm Sophia, and today we're joined by Jamal to discuss an important but often overlooked aspect of emergency pet care: the risks associated with performing CPR on dogs.
Thanks for having me, Sophia. This is indeed a crucial topic that every dog owner and veterinary professional should be aware of. While CPR can be life-saving, it's not without its risks.
Absolutely, Jamal. Let's start with the basics. Can you explain what CPR is in the context of canine care?
Certainly. CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, is an emergency procedure performed when a dog's breathing or heartbeat has stopped. It involves chest compressions and artificial respiration to maintain blood flow to vital organs until professional medical help can be obtained.
That sounds similar to human CPR. Now, let's delve into the risks. What are some potential dangers of performing CPR on a dog?
While CPR can be life-saving, it's not without risks. One of the most common complications is rib fractures. The force required for effective chest compressions can sometimes lead to broken ribs, especially in smaller or older dogs with more fragile bone structures.
That's concerning. Are there any other physical injuries that can occur?
Yes, unfortunately. Lung bruising or lacerations can happen due to the pressure applied during compressions. In some cases, we've seen pneumothorax, where air enters the space around the lungs, causing them to collapse. Additionally, there's a risk of tracheal bleeding from improper technique during artificial respiration.
Those sound like serious complications. Are there any less obvious risks that dog owners should be aware of?
Absolutely. One often overlooked risk is delayed professional care. Sometimes well-meaning owners might spend too much time attempting CPR at home instead of immediately seeking veterinary help. This delay can be critical in emergency situations.
That's an excellent point, Jamal. It seems like there's a delicate balance between taking immediate action and knowing when to get professional help. How effective is CPR in dogs, considering these risks?
The effectiveness of canine CPR varies widely depending on the circumstances. Studies have shown that only about 6 to 7% of dogs receiving CPR survive to hospital discharge. However, this low rate is partly because CPR is often performed on animals that are already critically ill or injured.
Those numbers are sobering. Given these risks and the relatively low success rate, should dog owners even attempt CPR?
It's a complex question, Sophia. While the risks are real, CPR can be the difference between life and death in some cases. The key is proper training and quick action. Dog owners should ideally take a course in pet first aid and CPR to learn the correct techniques and when to use them.
That makes sense. Are there any situations where CPR should definitely not be attempted?
Yes, there are contraindications. CPR should not be performed if there are obvious signs of death, such as rigor mortis, or if the dog has suffered traumatic injuries that make CPR impossible or dangerous. It's also not recommended for dogs with known terminal illnesses, where CPR would only prolong suffering.
Thank you for that clarification, Jamal. For our listeners who might find themselves in an emergency situation, what's the most important thing to remember about canine CPR?
The most crucial point is to act quickly but thoughtfully. If you suspect your dog needs CPR, immediately check for breathing and a heartbeat. If absent, start CPR, but have someone else call your veterinarian or an emergency animal hospital right away. Remember, CPR is a temporary measure to keep blood flowing until professional help arrives.
Excellent advice, Jamal. To wrap up, what's your key takeaway for our listeners regarding the risks and benefits of canine CPR?
My main message would be this. While canine CPR carries risks, it can be a life-saving intervention when performed correctly and promptly. The best approach is to be prepared. Take a pet first aid course, know your dog's normal vital signs, and have an emergency plan in place. Remember, quick action combined with professional veterinary care offers the best chance of a positive outcome in emergency situations.
Thank you, Jamal, for this insightful discussion on the risks and considerations of canine CPR. To our listeners, we hope this information helps you make informed decisions about your pet's emergency care. Remember, when in doubt, always consult with a veterinary professional. Until next time, this is Sophia signing off for Veterinary Insights.